like y'all haven't seen each other since the last show you were in or something. Also, but seriously, we're still waiting on Mr. Keith Boyd to show up. I don't know where he is. It's a little ridiculous. I would expect him to be on time because
Mrs. Keith Boyd. Good evening. How's everyone doing?
Welcome to the 2019 New Bern Civic Theater Gala. How's everybody doing tonight?
This is the time of the year where we get to thank and honor all of our volunteers. A community theater does not work without the community, and we know for a fact that our New Bern Civic Theater community is our family.
Absolutely. It's one of those things where we get to come together for a brief period of time, get to know each other super well, and build some of those relationships that last us for years. It's amazing. It's one of those fantastic things that it keeps me coming back.
Amen.
So, in January, we had a comic strip classic brought to life with You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown, directed by Noah Otten, produced by Abby Lewis, musically directed by Jimmy Merritt, and now welcome to the stage, Kason Walker.
Poppy loves everyone, 'cause it's supper, 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 super pepper upper, supper, super duper supper time.
I had the honor of being a part of New Bern Civic Theater's Miss Evers Boys as their producer. It's a poignant story about an important and overlooked period in our American history, the Tuskegee experiment, which affected many lives. In this heartfelt story, we had our performers work on the stage under the direction of Neil Oliver. So ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy this clip of Miss Evers Boys.
This could say aspiration. It means like when you want to do something and can't nobody stop you from doing it. See, I got aspirations. Aspirations to go north, to win this jilly competition on Saturday, then strut myself up north to a club or something.
Ain't no white man sick, but a colored man. A fine and important man, Dr. Eugene Brodus, up in Tuskegee, he sent me. And he told me to wear my good news hat and to offer you all free doctrine. Now we got a chance to get people well off a bushel basket full of government money. Now that's a chance we've got to take.
You looking at the next one in the Macon County Victrola Jilly Competition.
Straight from Possum Hollow, Miss Evers Boys. Hemoglobin? What do you mean hemoglobin? And what do you mean low?
Doctor, low blood. Now that's the Miss Evers version.
You have low blood.
Well, why didn't you say so, Doc? Say it like it is.
626 were positive for syphilis, including Miss Evers Boys. The first 6 months, those men were winning every which way, till the government pulled the string and the bottom fell out.
But we've only got one thing on our side, the disease itself. We follow the patients for 6 months, catalog what the disease does untreated, and then we let those facts speak for themselves.
The Italians called it the French disease. The French called it the Neapolitan disease. Do you know what they're calling it now up there in Washington?
The Negro disease.
That's right. I call it God's disease. God has given it to man, to all men, equal. You know what else they're saying up there, Dr. Douglas?
No.
Money, Dr. Douglas, money.
Don't throw white money
After a colored man's disease. 6 months.
1 year, 2 years at the most, just until we can get enough funding for treatment.
Now you gotta appreciate Macon County in 1932 to understand what caring really meant in those times. You're talking about civil rights, and I'm just talking about people just trying to stay alive.
I look around and all I see is everything broken down. Nobody ever getting ahead. Folks around here just get scraped and scratched until they're all worn.
There was nothing wrong with the way I performed that spinal tap. Back shot.
I don't have to warn them. They got ears. They hear it once, they start wondering. They hear it twice, and you and Nurse Evans gonna be out of patience as fast as they can stampede back home and tell their family about those spinal taps.
Dr. Burtis, I love those men.
Then stay with them. Stay with them. And carry your burden yourself. Don't ask those men to carry it.
Head bone, and the rear bone, shoulder bone,
There's them down. There's them down.
backbone, and the head bone, rib bone, and the backbone, yeah.
Simmons, my leg. I'm losing it. I'm spooked.
Penicillin cannot undo the damage that has already been
But it
done.
might stop it from getting worse.
Perhaps. Or it might kill them.
Well, what are you doing here?
We are here getting a hip shot of that penicillin.
No, sir. No, you're not. Now, you're government patients and you're not supposed to be here.
I don't trust no government.
We're not talking about the government. We're talking about Nurse Evans. Now, come on.
Willie dreams of dancing in the Cotton Club.
Does he have any more dreams in his pocket?
Well, no.
Then I wouldn't rush to wake him.
Everywhere you go, in this country, men are walking out free and clear with this new medicine. And we sitting here trying to heal ourselves.
You're fighting for 600 men. Try 6,000, or 60,000, or 600,000. That's our fight.
And I got news for you. You're one of those numbers, and so am I. And so was your mama and your daddy. So if you come so far that you forget your mama picking cotton, well, I'm reminding you now.
You spend your time around the color, well, I'll spend mine tiptoeing around the white. And I ain't there to shine no shoes, I ain't no Uncle Tom, and I ain't no shuffling nigga.
I'm so sorry for your trouble.
If it hadn't been for you, I'd been weighed down a whole lot more than I had. Now, my life could have been a whole lot better, but it could have been a whole lot worse. That's Caleb's medicine. You keep yelling, get a hip shot of penicillin.
Did you get it?
No, I don't figure I need Caleb's medicine when I have my own.
Hardman, that's poison.
Poison?
Come on.
Penicillin? Ah! Ah! I don't think it was 40 years of garbage science, or whatever the newspapers are calling it, because I got something useful out of all this.
You did?
Mm-hmm. $14 and a certificate for being a good patient for 14 years.
That data proved that the disease affects black and white the same way. That's exactly what you wanted to prove. Those statistics help you stand up to racial bias.
Those men could have been given a choice.
Those men were serving their race.
My body was my freedom, Nurse Evans. Do you hear me? My body was my freedom, and you took it away. You took it away so you could watch.
I love those men. They were susceptible to kindness.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, presenting the Junior Stagecraft Award, Peyton Jenkins.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Junior Stagecraft Award is for young performers under 14 years old who demonstrate not only ability, but have an understanding of good stage technique and are part of the theater team. Attitude plays a huge role in the awarding of this honor, and tonight's recipient has shown an exemplary attitude. Aladdin Jr. was blessed to have so many talented performers in our production. This year's winner came in with such a positive attitude, a drive, and a dedication to this performance that it radiated from him in everything he did on and off stage. This year's Junior Stagecraft Award goes to Jakari Bryant. You thought?
Aladdin Jr. was my first performance, and I am so glad that I got to experience my first show with all of you amazing people, and I look forward to continuing my acting career.
Find a place for that real quick because you gotta come right back on stage. Would the cast of Aladdin Jr. make their way to the stage, please? we had Aladdin Jr. with children ranging in ages from 8 all the way up to 18.
Arabian Nights. A fool off his guard can fall and fall hard out there on the dunes. Arabian Nights. Arabian Nights. Arabian Nights. Arabian Nights.
Please welcome to the stage the presenters of our Pat Burton Award, Miss Jessica Cruz and Kason Walker.
The Pat Burton Award is given to a teen in our theater family who excels both on and off the stage.
The theater looks for a person who is helpful, honorable, and passionate.
Oh, okay, so we will just stand here for a moment and talk about,
What did y'all think about that performance?
Okay, so we're just gonna make sure.
I love you, Jessica!
We're just gonna make sure all of the cast of Aladdin is here. Yes, we're good? Excellent. Okay, so as we were saying, right, the theater looks for a person who is helpful, honorable, and passionate, and this year's recipient is
A wonderful person to work with.
dependable,
A hard worker.
able and willing to fill in or do whatever is necessary for the good of the show.
A goofball.
A leader,
So good with the little ones.
has stunning stage presence,
Creative.
kind-hearted,
A great dance partner.
extremely talented.
Can literally whip up a dance in a minute.
She happens to be my daughter.
And my
Hi everyone, I can't breathe. I just wanted to say thank you so much for accepting me into your theater family. You've all affected my life more than you know, and thank you very much.
Sorry.
As you can tell, we have incredible performers and thespians from all ages here, and we continue that in our summers. Our summers are really for helping our youngest members of our theater community to really blossom and grow.
In June, we had our summer camp workshop, Dream Big, where students and, well, participants got to practice audition technique, tech, props, costumes, and culminating in a weekend performance.
And then we continued that on into July, where our Saks Bradbury production of Marie Antoinette. Our Saks Bradbury production of Marie Antoinette saw performers and production teams all between the ages of 13 to 19. So our teens managed to put this on with the help of one mentor, and they put on such a great show. So please join us in congratulating Braden Welsh, producer Michelle Fletcher, and enjoy this video of Marie Antoinette.
I now welcome him to the stage to present the Tom Landon Tech Achievement Award, Christopher Peterson.
He's coming from all the way to the top.
You might want to keep that going for just a few minutes until
The Tom Landon Award for Technical Excellence is given to persons who demonstrate technical excellence during the course of a production. When we were looking at this past year, there wasn't one name that kept getting suggested. There were two, and it makes sense because they're almost a package deal. These two, in the course of pretty much multiple productions that they did last year, made sure that our performers sounded, as well as our shows, sounded top-notch. Through shows without technical hiccups to shows that actually, well, we had nut broken microphone cables. There was a couple shows where we had a bad batch of batteries, and one of the people had to make a microphone battery change every 15 minutes, I think. But through it all, they stayed level-headed. Pretty much took every problem, just like it, made sure everything sounded perfectly normal, like to the point that there wasn't, so it didn't sound like there was a problem, and pretty much prayed that there wasn't another one, but made sure that they were ready for the next one. So it is my honor to announce that this year's Tom Landon, well, I have to mention one thing. It's also a rarity to ever see these two apart. Tonight is actually that rarity. One of them is here tonight helping us with sound. The other one is actually doing sound for another show. So I guess still doing sound, but it's not together right now. So it is my honor to announce that this year's Tom Landon Award for Technical Excellence goes to the grandson team of J.T. Baker and Rick Nelson.
Really, words cannot exactly explain how I feel right now. It really doesn't. And for that, like, really makes it, for lack of better words, thank you so very much.
Reeling it back a little bit, in March we saw one of our two collaborative efforts that we had this year with New Bern Civic Theater, one that was very near and dear to my heart. We partnered with the Tryon Palace Foundation and we put on the Hamilton Sing-Along. As some of you may know, I'm a little bit of a fan. But I had the honor of being able to direct this incredible experience. We worked with Regina Ochoa from over at Tryon Palace, and none of it would have been possible without the musical direction and guidance of my dear friend Sarah Heminger. So please take a moment to enjoy Hamilton's. Hamilton being such a great phenomenon, the creators of Hamilton, including Lin-Manuel Miranda, Tommy Kail, they created instrumental backing tracks that completely matched the orchestra from the show. So it's completely instrumental, matches the show beat for beat, note for note, and we get to, through Hamilton's, lead a giant sing-along party, essentially. And we have some of our fantastic New Bern Civic Theater singers who are going to be leading these songs
for about 300 people?
It is 300. It booked, the registration was full within a week, and we are partnering with the Tryon Palace. This is actually their event. We signed on, one, because we love the Tryon Palace. It's a great way to market our wonderful performers, but the very most important part of all of this was our actors who are fans of Hamilton have an opportunity to sing these songs in front of a live audience, which normally they would not be able to do the whole show in front of a live audience.
And the beautiful thing about this too is that we're not casting the show, because we're not performing the show. We're just essentially leading these songs. So if you have multiple characters that you love from the show, you have the opportunity to sing for any of those, just to lead your favorite songs. It's just such a great opportunity for us to be able to bring it out here. It's in New Bern. Hamilton's in New Bern.
I know. And
Hamilton is in New Bern.
And the really cool thing is the 300 people that are coming to this event will have the screen up with all of the words and lyrics on it. So basically, New Bern Civic Theater will have an ensemble of 300 people singing along with us.
It's giving not just our performers who are so stoked about singing in this, but it gives everyone the chance. They've encouraged folks to dress up. They've encouraged folks to come as their favorite character.
It's everyone coming together and celebrating and participating in one of the biggest Broadway phenomenons.
Yeah, it's gonna be so awesome. I can't wait to see everyone. It's gonna just be a live wire energy all over the place. 'Cause it's Hamilton, right? It's Hamilton!
Will they tell your story? Who lives, who dies, who tells your story?
Walk-in Bathtub not only gave us a number of great improv performances, each with a various themed day that I didn't know existed. There's a day for literally everything, y'all. They've done everything. So they also gave us the honor of performing Neil Simon's London Suite on our stage. So please enjoy this video clip of London Suite.
If you would just put the gun down, I think that this could be more of a conversation and less of a life-threatening situation. Don't you think so, Brian?
I agree. I see your point.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
The gun is down.
Right.
Now it's a conversation.
Yes.
And if it doesn't go well, we can always go back to the life-threatening situation. Go on.
Right. Well, first of all, Brian, what is it that makes you think that your money is gone?
Now you see, that is a life-threatening question. What's in the attaché case, Billy?
Oh, just some money. Whatever I could scrape together. 65,000 pounds. Split it with you.
You are a delicious wazer, Billy. Hand over the case.
Right, all right, but I must warn you, it will only open if you know exactly how. That's how.
You were right about what you said earlier this evening. I do rely too much on you and Andy and the baby. And it's been hard on me since your dad died, but as you said, it's been 6 years.
Mom, if I pushed you too hard tonight, I'm so sorry.
No. It's okay. I wanted to go. I wanted to test the waters. I get the idea that you've known about this all along. Don't tell me if you did. If you did, just say, let's go to bed, Mom.
If I knew, why wouldn't I tell you?
Out of respect for me, to honor my secret, because that's what a loving daughter would do.
Let's go to bed, Mom.
It's not Max. It's you, isn't it?
No, I saw a few doctors, but just to find out what they could do for Max.
Don't lie to me, Sydney. I don't want to believe it, but don't leave me out of this. It's not Max, it's you, isn't it?
Doesn't matter. I lose Max either way.
Can you just see that in People magazine? TV star takes in dying gay ex-husband, his male lover Maria, and her devoted female secretary who turns out to be a cowboy.
Oh, and we can go on one of those daytime television talk shows where people call in from Omaha, Memphis, and say things like, "You people are so disgusting, but I find your lives so interesting."
That's just it, Sydney. We're not disgusting. We're actually normal in today's world.
Do you see what happens when you get out of control?
This will work, I promise you. Okay, in my up, are you? Yes, okay. Grab him by the shoulder, boy. Here we go.
You've done this before, right?
Oh, well, I will have after this time. All right, here we go. On 3. 3!
Michael McCarthy! Michael McCarthy! Michael Bloody McCarthy!
Very good, yes. Michael McCarthy! Michael McCarthy! Michael Bloody McCarthy! Don't worry, I'll get that to you.
I just hit my head on the medicine cabinet.
Oh dear, am I interrupting something?
In May, I was fortunate enough to join the cast of Mamma Mia alongside several dancing queens and 3 possible dads. Director Derek Jordan, producer Alexandria Ranieri, music director Deanie Singleton. Please welcome our very own Donna and the Dynamos.
Washed in.
But one night, and one night only, Donna and the Dynamo! You can die, turn in the kind of your life. Ooh, see that girl, watch that scene, singing and dancing queen.
Presenting the Artistic Achievement Award, Ms. Jason Griffin.
is someone who's behind the scenes. That would be somebody who would rather make or design a costume than to wear it. Someone who might rather make the scenery than chew it. Yeah, look at you walking back though. And so the recipient this year, she would, of course, be known for her artistic flair, her historical accuracy, her sense of color, her sense of design, and what she brought to us this year, after Little Women at Rivertown, was the amazing costuming job of the Hunchback of Notre Dame. So I am talking about my friend, Sarah Spalding. Who says I can't?
That's a great secret. I'm just thrilled. See, everyone should wear their hats. I think I wouldn't have won this award without Jason, who helped me so much. And I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed working with everyone so much, and thank you. I appreciate this.
Welcome to the stage, the presenter of the Volunteer of the Year Award, Tammy Sadler.
I love you, Tammy.
Yes, Tammy! Yes, Tammy!
Come on. Shut up, Meredith.
Love you, Tammy!
This year's recipient of the Volunteer Award is someone who I personally didn't bring in. You know how I am, I go after everyone. Anyone who talks about being interested in something, oh here, just fill out this paper for me, and I'll give you a call. And it's a good thing to start ushering, because that's where you meet everybody, and then you can go do what you really want to do. But we need ushers, so we know we can start with all the new people. But this person was brought in without my even knowing. So they said, well, yeah, I can do this. Have you ever done it before? Well, no. We'll just do it. Okay. Then, have you done this before? No, but we're going to try it. Okay. So, have you done the alcohol, the ABC test? No, but I will. And then I can do that too. This girl has done everything. She's watched me and done things better than I've done. She's changed things a little bit to her way, which worked. So I'm going to call up here to talk because she can. Melissa Detweiler.
All the way down from upstairs.
was just having a conversation with Tammy the other day that if you'd have told me 3 years ago that I'd be this involved, house managing, ushering, box office, just being there wherever was needed, I said no. And it was all because my daughter auditioned for one show, got in, and I was like, well, I'm here because it's too far to go back home to come back, so just have me do something. I'll do something. And here I am. Thank you so much. This means so much.
In August, we included a period that used to be one of our special events into our regular season. In August, we put on the musical production of Assassins. A musical by Stephen Sondheim that very carefully and hilariously attempts to tackle a tough subject, killing presidents. It's not, huh?
Time Traveler Neil Oliver.
Yeah, time traveler Neil Oliver, our very own, on the pod mic. So at this time, could I get the performers for Assassins to come to the stage? It was directed by Alan Berger, produced by Lori Faber, and musically directed by Cora Chadwick. Please enjoy.
I'll find a way to earn your love, wait and see. Then you will turn your love to me.
Next is the President's Award. Usually presented by the President. But he's not here. Lucky you, instead you get the wonderful Sierra DiNapoli. Has joined the party.
Would you like to come?
I think I'll tell them what the president's doing. Good evening. I am neither Chad Satig nor am I the president. But I am honored to serve on the board, and this evening I'm representing Chad. And Chad regrets that he couldn't be here tonight because he's in New York auditioning for a lead in a musical. Now, if you know Chad, you know that Chad has a better chance of getting struck by lightning and winning the lottery all in one day over getting a role in a musical. The President's Award is an award that the Board of Directors bestows on an individual who exemplifies the spirit of volunteerism. A person who does more than just one job, a person who does many jobs in many shows and is available throughout the season, sometimes on extremely short notices. And with that, I'll throw it to Sierra.
Thank you. When I think of this person, the word artist comes to mind. This person epitomizes the word artist. In her line of work, it's often easy to kind of feel ashamed or maybe embarrassed a little about image or your look, but this person finds a way to make everyone feel like the most beautiful person in the world. They manage to make you feel like you can do anything, you can be anything, you can move your body in any way, shape, or form, ways that you didn't even know were possible. She makes you feel like you are on top of the world, and I know that both professionally and I know that personally. She has been in my life for over half my life now. She's been with me through my wedding. She's been with me through the birth of my children. She's been with me through the ups, the downs, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and all the things in between. She doesn't know the word no. She doesn't know the word can't. She persists and perseveres like nobody I've ever met in my entire life. She will go above and beyond to do whatever she can for anyone that she needs. I recall needing a costume for a show that I directed, and from 4 states and a time zone, she mailed not just 1, but 3 handmade costumes that were absolutely stunning for my show, and never hesitated. She is my friend, she's my family, and I'm not the only one that feels that way. If you would direct your attention to the screen.
Hi, Amanda. I so wish I could be there tonight to say congratulations in person, but a video will have to do. When I think of you and think of the President's Award and what it means, it kind of blows my mind that it hasn't happened sooner. You always drop everything to either go take pictures or choreograph a number last minute for someone who can't be there, or to stay late at rehearsal and teach someone to dance, or to sew a costume and send across 4 states for Shrek Jr. I haven't forgotten. That's just who you are. You make things happen, but you never let it stress you out. You are always happy about it, and you do it with a smile on your face. At least in front of everyone else. No, I'm just kidding. She always smiles. There is no one more deserving than this in the world. You are the kindest, most talented person. You always know the right thing to say to make people feel better about themselves. And I think that's what matters more than how many dances you choreograph or pictures you take. It's that at the end of the day, when someone's around you, they leave a better person. So, with that said, I am so proud of you. You are my best friend, my sister. Those words aren't enough. I don't have how much I love you in a word yet, but as soon as I invent it and make a lot of money off of it, I'll let you know. Congratulations, and I hope you have a wonderful night.
So without further ado, to my Galinda. Come on up and get your award.
Happening. I'm just gonna go be Sierra's date. It's not a big deal. You guys are all sneaky. It's not Woo! I mean, you guys really don't know how much this means to me. My very first show was Oliver, directed by Lauren Mott. Derek was like 3. I don't even know. Like, it was such a long time ago, and I was hooked ever since then. And ever since I moved back, I've been so excited to get back into the theater, and I try so hard to split my time, and I don't even know the words to say, and I know I have a hard time saying no to things, but it's only because I love this so much, and I wish I could do it all the time. And I'm still trying to get all of my babies involved, and you guys, really, seriously. Wow, this is gonna go in the center of my house with nothing else around it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Miss Angelina Doyle, presenting the Executive Director's Award.
Give a shout out. Let me hear all my theater. If you have grown up in this theater with me here, then you know the first thing I say every time you audition for a show is that being in this theater is a privilege, not a requirement, and it's certainly not an entitlement. It is our parents who drive us to and from our rehearsals, who support us in every way. I did not do that for my boys, just saying. Because that's a lot of work and a lot of time. But as a parent, I know how much time it takes to bring your kid back and forth, to sit outside and wait for them to be done, especially during Tech Week when they're being held over. This recipient, this wonderful volunteer, is exactly that. Single mom, raising a son, bringing him to and from rehearsals. But along the way, she started to volunteer as well, with great words. What can I do? How can I help you? I can fix that. If my son steps out of line, I'll fix that too. Always willing to help, always there, and even sickness could not stop her from cheering us on, supporting us, and bringing her son to and from rehearsals. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to give this award to Miss Rena Nobles.
When Casey first wanted to do theater, I was a baseball mom, and I was like, but he's come into a community of people that love and accept him, and it's so good to be around people that you love to see all the time, and if I can help, I like to help. I get voluntold a lot of times, but I enjoy it, and I love seeing everybody's faces of all my youngins out there that I've claimed as my own, that I wouldn't have the people, and when I was going through chemo, I still had all these loving faces cheering me on and getting me through it and still being here, so thank you all very much.
I know. We're almost there, y'all.
We're almost there. But also,
We get to share a stage. I know.
That doesn't happen very often for us.
Except in September, when we did that.
That was the thing that happened.
That was a good time. That was a good time. It was so great. I got to be so close to you, and your tights, and your codpiece.
You're welcome.
I didn't say thank you.
But also, like, you fully embodied that role. Like, it was amazing. And that accent.
Yeah.
It was just
strong.
Haunting. Has Fred Drescher gotten back to you with that lawsuit yet?
Oh, name changes are a great thing.
So in September, we were fortunate enough to be a part of the cast of I Hate Hamlet.
It's the story of a washed-up soap opera star who makes his way to New York to do the only next logical thing, perform Shakespeare in Central Park. So with an awesome cast and a group of folks that we know and love. We had our director, Austin Arrington. It was produced by Lauren Taylor. Please enjoy this video of a show that we love dearly, I Hate Hamlet.
But it's a landmark, John Barrymore, the legendary star, and now you, Andrew Rowley of LA Medical.
I am Lillian Troy, and there was agent discard of the earth.
Hey, Lillian, you had a fling here.
In this apartment?
With who? With whom do you think? Barrymore? Andrew has such marvelous news. Does everyone know?
Hamlet.
Yeah.
Hamlet.
Isn't it extraordinary?
And we are not having a seance. I don't want advice. I don't want to play Hamlet. I mean, I don't think I do. I mean, I hate Hamlet.
Andrew! Don't say that!
Because it's supposed to be this ultimate challenge. Because everyone's supposed to dream of playing Hamlet.
No, because it's the most beautiful play ever written. It's about how awful life is, and how everything gets betrayed, and then Hamlet tries to make it better, and he dies.
Which tells us?
At least he tried. Oh, Andrew, do you think they'd let me audition? Do you think I could?
I guess I could ask them.
Oh, wouldn't that be perfect? And it won't be sleazy because I'm not sleeping with you.
John Sidney Barrymore, actor, legend, seducer, corpse.
I happen to be a very good television actor, thank you, and I don't need any dead ham bone to teach me anything. And even if I were going to play Hamlet, which I'm not.
What makes a star?
Talent.
Tights. Where are you looking right now?
Why?
We are errant knaves all. Believe none of us!
Go thy ways to a nunnery.
When they find out that you're doing the greatest play in the history of the English-speaking world, they're gonna know you're washed up.
Gary!
The green light, the go-ahead, network approval, a pilot, and 5 episodes, huh? What's an actor? That's just some stuffy English guy who can't get a series, right? Okay.
Don't you think that audience has changed? Don't you think if Shakespeare were around now, he'd be writing normally? Wouldn't the character say, "How are you?" instead of, "How dost thou, my liege?" You're real cute. Trying to get me to be like you, trying to get me to be like Hamlet, but no way. You see, I'm a liberal. Oh! Okay.
Where are you going? I just come back.
Oh, no.
Hide in the wall. Get.
Oh! Okay. Shakespeare!
Aha!
It's opening now! Opening night of Hamlet! He's in costume too. He wears it everywhere. Oh, and he talks to Barrymore.
Really? He got through? Sex is great. With the right guy.
Really? Mm-hmm. What about with the wrong guy?
Even better.
Tonight, Hamlet.
The Dane.
The Bard.
The Bottle.
The best.
And Deirdre.
Deirdre.
She imagines herself Ophelia. She shall witness your betrayal. She shall wed you or drown. You've prepared for this evening.
Yeah, but when you were Hamlet, you went away to the country for 6 months just learning the role.
You've been diligent.
Yeah, but 6 weeks? Tonight there's going to be people there, friends, family. People that were in my 2nd grade school play. Who might expect an improvement.
In my prime, I faced the dragon. I accepted a role so insanely complex, so difficult, impossible that any attempt is only that. Attempt.
You look terrible.
Fraulein.
My hubby.
Because I was not good. In fact, I was pretty terrible.
Oh, impossible.
No, I'm sorry. I remembered my lines, but that was about it.
I'm sure you were marvelous.
Full season commitment, 24 episodes guaranteed, 3 million. That's right.
No, this is a New York no, a final surgical terminal no.
What if ghosts don't exist? I mean, even Ma, what if it's all in my head? There's no afterlife, no other side, absolutely nothing. I mean, who knows?
I watched you on stage last night, and all I could think was he's poured his heart and soul into this, and at least partially for me, and he is so bad. But you kept going. And I thought, what makes a true hero? Is it someone who does what is right against impossible odds, like you playing Hamlet? You're the bravest and noblest man I've ever met.
To be or not to be? That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler to suffer in the mind the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles and by opposing end them. The whole audience, complete silence, total focus. And I was Hamlet.
Hamlet has changed you, Andrew. It's altered your course.
Yes, and I love this apartment because it's like a stage set. It is the theater, and because once upon a time you were here.
Brother Hamlet.
Player King.
Good times. And now, because you haven't seen enough of him yet, presenting the Outstanding Musical Achievement Award, Peyton Jenkins.
It's here somewhere. The Outstanding Musical Achievement Award is intended to recognize excellence in music. Music is the lifeblood of NBCT. It sets the mood, stirs the emotions, and delivers the zest that we must have in order to be a viable community theater. This award not only recognizes outstanding musical performances, but includes any musical contributions. Aladdin Jr. was fortunate to have a musical director that set a standard for excellence that was infectious. Our performers bought into it, and thus so much growth occurred throughout our rehearsal process. Even if we did have to go over that number just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,000 times, just to make sure it was just right and that it was really in there. And I could not have done it without her. This year's Outstanding Musical Achievement Award goes to Jessica Cruz.
Wow. So I wasn't expecting this at all. I expected to walk up on the stage earlier and present fabulous award to my daughter. Theater truly changed my life. I have so many people to thank for that. People who are here sitting in this audience, people who are not here. I wouldn't be able to stand it if I did not mention my longtime mentor, Judy Long, who I learned such an incredible amount from. Theater is where I've met so many of my close friends, Jordan, Amber, Timothy Maddox, Aaron Williams. I love all of you. I learn something from each of you every day. I want to thank Peyton
He is the first person who's ever asked me to musically direct, and I'm so grateful. So grateful for the opportunity. To my husband, who continuously supports me in all of my who still think that I'm kind of cool and kind of still want to do things with me. I want to say thank you. Thank you so much. I love you all. You're like family to me. Thank you.
Oh yeah, it's me again. In October, I also had again the wonderful opportunity of joining the cast of Songs for a New World, where we performed a variety of Jason Robert Brown songs. Directed by Shante Denadre Bell, and sorry, Jason Robert Brown always does that to me for some reason. I just want to say Brown over again. And Neil Oliver, and musically directed by Denadre Bell. Please enjoy a clip of that performance.
A new world shattering the silence. There's a new world I'm afraid to see. Lord, keep my heart. I am not strong enough. I am not strong enough. Lord, give me
Clearly, I'm not wanted anymore. Now I'm not so young and beautiful. That's okay. I faced defeat before. I'm not gonna confession, I'm not gonna cry. It's not gonna get me what I want, so I'm simply gonna take one step, one tiny step, and marry just one step. I'll be free. I'm not afraid of anything. Be it growing old or going out of style. I'm not afraid of anything. Who would give up what they want without trying?
No, the river won't flow for me. No, 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 no. I live my life on the up and up, and this is where I was meant to be. But the river won't flow for me.
I'll give you stars and the moon and the open highway and a river beneath your feet. I'll give you days full of dreams if you travel my way and a summer you can't repeat. I'll give you nights full of passion and days of adventure. No strings, just warm summer rain. And I thought, you know, I'd rather have champagne.
And I'm stuck in this world of her magic mystique, where I'll never be more than her toy of the week. And each time I prepare my goodbyes, she catches me looking and opens the floodgates.
Down the track, better watch your step, better watch your back. See your shadow fast and black, and the steam train rolling by. Steam train tugging down the hill. If you don't move now, then you never will. I'm on your tail and sit for the kill with the steam train rolling by.
And I met this girl named Lisa on a couch at Alpha Mu, but then she transferred to McAllister, so it's just as well that Amy never knew.
We'll be free, my love, we'll never be afraid.
But never mind, okay, I won't keep you from your slaving. When you return, I will be many miles away. I'll have your lawyer call my lawyer on New Year's Day. I'll get away.
something between us that nobody else needs to see. There were oceans to cross, there were mountains to conquer, and I stood on the shore, and I stood on the cliff, and the second before I jumped, I knew where I needed to be.
As the candles flicker and the rivers flicker, one more can you do but speak? One more star, one more stripe, tell you're rising from the sun. One more star, one more stripe, tell this foolishness is done.
And I'll be flying straight into your arms. And I'll be flying, carry me on, carry me on. And I'm flying on. Listen to the song that I sing, and trust me, we'll be
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the Athens Award, please welcome to the stage Jay Figueroa and Angelina Doyle.
I love you, Angelina!
I love you, Angelina! It was great, right?
No. I want to tell everybody how privileged I am to be in front of all these people who have supported this theater so immensely. Without your support, we couldn't do what we do. And I don't do that much. I want to recognize someone who, for more years than she wants to admit, has been supporting this theater backstage, anywhere she possibly can, and doing jobs that are so important. Now, as the outgoing treasurer for New Bern Civic Theater, I can tell you that I couldn't have done my job without this individual, both holding my hand or being a drill sergeant at times. She has provided accounting support, consultation, and just a good friend. Now, when I say drill sergeant, I was in that room with Angelina at least one time where we were having this caring confrontational meeting. 4 times she told me, Jay, we're broke. What are you going to do about it? Well, obviously, we did something. So it is a great pleasure to have the opportunity to stand in front and have this person come up and get this award, but I'm not going to tell you who it is. But I'm going to tell you that financing is extremely important, because as one of our first astronauts first said so eloquently, no bucks, no Buck Rogers. So, but wait, there's more.
I know her too. The first time I met her, she signed on as the accountant, and the only thing that I could say to her was, just don't forget to pay me. This recipient of the award is more than the 2006 meeting that I had with her. She has served on our board in the past. She was our board treasurer. She was responsible for creating and coordinating and putting together Act One Dining, which was a phenomenal fundraiser that brought in a lot of money and a lot of recognition to New Bern Civic Theater. She would stay late and do things to include kicking me in the butt. For those of you who don't know, when I first started taking over the theater, I had no idea what I was doing. And I know what you all are saying, you still don't know what you're doing. That's fine. I would not have been able to wrap my head around any of the business aspect, especially numbers, because I'm not a numbers person, I'm a talker. Had it not been for this amazing genius accounting, just phenomenon, and my good friend who was there for me every time I fell down. She would pick me up and sometimes she would drag me. I'm in awe of you, and I would not stand here today if it wasn't for you. Carter Ann Rollins.
Well, I'm a little surprised. But this is my 15 minutes of glory, I guess, in the 20 years that I've been here, because I'm never up here. I'm always back there. So yes, 20 years ago, I was asked to run and help with Act One Dining with dear June Yates. There were many years, actually, we did struggle to pay the bills. There was a time when there were no paid employees here. But it warms my heart to see where we are today with this. I started, and Vaughn and many others, and Daryl, we're getting the Junior Achievement Awards. Not the stars that they are now. Angelina started as, what, administrative assistant, worked on it. It warms my heart to see how the community has evolved here at NBCT. But also, I am in awe of the talent that is here, because that is nothing that I can do. I'm a numbers person. So, many people that I work with who are not here anymore, June Yates, Tom Landon, Leo Miniveri, Jay was wonderful, many of the board. But I also have to say something to Chris Pearson. I have known him when he was in the junior achievement area. And he has grown, and I hope that everyone knows how much he does for this leader on the backstage part of it. But also Antoinette. These plays and everything have evolved from a vision that she had, the energy that she put in, and we all get to enjoy this now because it is a huge team effort. But it warms my heart to see how she has evolved over the years. So, I am done. Thank you, and please continue to do what you do for New Bern.
In December, New Bern Civic Theater engaged in its second joint production, this time with Temple Church and at Temple Church. And I don't know if, how many, show of hands, how many of you went to see A Christmas Carol? That stage is massive. Like, it was insane. Anyway, directed by Neil Oliver, produced by Jim Blaylock, music directors Josh Hart and Deanie Singleton. Please enjoy this video clip from A Christmas Carol.
A gift for everyone. Giving out gifts is so much fun on Christmas Eve. Fills a fellow with delight. Everyone sing, fa la la. Ring bum bum hip hip hurrah. Merry we'll have a jolly good time tonight.
If the poor need to eat, let them beg upon the street or apply at the workhouse door. If they refuse to earn, then let them learn what a prison's for. I abhor how they whine, how they want whatever's mine. Why should I give a thing for free? Let them beg till they're blue, it has nothing to do with me. We can buy some apples.
Bubble up the door, bubble up the theater.
When we're rich we'll go.
All the joys of Christmas, bubble up with spring. But you It's your lucky night, brought you something bright, something with a twinkle and a glow, to remember the lights of long ago. Remember the lights of long ago.
It's a place called home that I still can travel to. Just a place in my heart where I still cling on to you.
Where do you make us stand at my voice? And why do you make an holy noise? So what you want to share your show? Mr. Fancy Rick's annual Christmas ball. Food and friendship, wine and song. No one turns away and turns away. Forward all year long to Christmas Eve when Mr. F was everything for the fun and joy of the day. And a place called home, you and I will always be.
In the dark of the night, let your heart come home to me.
What a fine day!
Find the door, sir.
Ready for business, yes indeed.
Might you make
Money galore, sir, money for all we'll ever need. Marley and Scrooge, perfectly suited. Gentlemen with one game to play. Profit, yes, and nothing less. And humbug if we don't do well today.
Abundance, charity, goodwill towards men, enjoyment, hilarity, goodwill towards men. Come share some, spare some, no matter when the band gets with the spirit, cause you're gonna hear it again.
sing out this story and sing out this Christmas together. And we created both friendship as well as our love. Even the poor is so rich in love, I'm more than ever again. So celebrate Christmas for all that it's worth.
Listen to the rhythm of the hammer of the trumpet and the murmur of the people join. Listen to the music of the future, your future lies here.
Spend my fortune on the ones who need me. Go where kindness and my conscience lead me. Give my heart and soul to all. Godspeed me on my way. What a day, what a sky, what a happy man am I. What a joy to be alive and well. Oh, what a street, what friends you meet. What a sound, what a lovely smell.
Here the poorest are rich in love, and love is so easy to do. It's always Christmas, your wishes come true. Friendship, Christmas, together forever for you.
And God bless us, everyone!
And Newbern Civic Theater's final show for 2019 was Victor Hugo's of The Hunchback of Notre Dame. With a powerhouse score that was sung by a powerhouse cast, please welcome to the stage Sean Springle. Directed by Bethany Bondurant, produced by Alexandra Ranieri, and with musical directors Phil and Miranda Ruffin.
Out there just one day, then I swear I'll be content with my share. Won't resent, won't
despair, old and bent, I won't care. I'll have spent one day out there.
Alright, while Neil Oliver makes his way down to make the next presentation, I have a letter from the board president. We would like to take a moment to recognize a valuable volunteer that has dedicated their time and talents to the theater for many years. This is not an award presentation, but simply an acknowledgement of someone special in the audience. Even though he couldn't be here tonight, here's a message from Chad Stig. Even in his own speech, he has to talk about himself. Oh, and he gets his title too, President of New Bern Civic Theater. We truly appreciate all volunteers that contribute their time and efforts to the theater. However, there is one volunteer tonight that has served on the board for a number of years that I would like to recognize because of what he has done over the years, and that is Jay Figueroa. This next part it says I, so heretofore, anytime it says I, it's not me, it's Chad. Just keep that straight in your heads. I am not a professional writer, so I will just shoot straight with all of you, and hopefully you weren't offended in the manner I say what I need to say. Jay came to the board several years ago and took the position of treasurer. I've always said that the position of treasurer is now on steroids because of Jay. He brought some excitement to the board while continuing to volunteer in many other areas for the theater. You will see Jay and his wife Betsy at all performances, and in many cases more than once for each production. Jay has been an integral part of the advancements of the theater in many ways. This ranges from the ticketing system to managing the revenues of the theater in order to bring more up-to-date equipment to being a large part of the new facade that you see outside. From a personal standpoint, Jay has been a mentor for me since taking over as president. We have met many times away from the theater to discuss what was best for the theater and how to continue to bring incredible shows and better experience for both actors and patrons. Jay has recruited new season ticket holders, worked on our ticketing systems, handled the financial reports, and worked very closely with Angelina on operations. Folks, Jay is a volunteer and not a paid person. Here's a quick story from Chad. Again, he talks about himself. Jeez, it's your story. I had turned in my resignation from serving as president of this theater because of some health issues about a year or so ago. Right after I returned in that letter to the board, we hosted a chamber after-hours event here at the theater. Of course, Jay was there, and as usual, was concerned about my health, and we talked a little about possible candidates to take over as president. You see, Jay had originally recommended me as president, and I became even more inspired during our conversation. I looked at Jay and said, screw it, I'm not going anywhere. We still have work to do. Is it too late to stay as president? Jay said, no, I don't think it is. So I said, tear that freaking letter up and let's get back to work. Again, this is Chad, not me. I'm still here as president because of Jay Figueroa. He is an inspiration and catalyst to thrive for the betterment of our community. Jay, would you please stand up? And thank you on behalf of the theater, the board, and the community for everything you have done. We know that you will be moving in the near future, but you and Betsy will always be considered a part of the Civic Theater family. Would everyone please stand and let's give Jay a round of applause, because the theater would not be where it is today without Jay Figueroa. On a personal note, Jay and his wife Betsy have always been at every show I've ever been in, and have always had a very kind word to say, and I've greatly appreciated it every time. And now, enough digs about Chad. I would really appreciate it if we didn't tell him that I took that many digs at him during his own letter. Just saying. And now to present Performer of the Year, Neil Oliver.
love you, Braden. Braden loves everybody tonight. I don't know if you've noticed this or not. On a side note, have you ever watched the year in review and go, I need to get something else to do? Holy crap! So to that point, because I was involved in so many shows, right? I have the wonderful opportunity to present the award for Performer of the Year to someone who, because she's not here, I can let you know, is my vocal crush. She has the most angelic voice in the world. To me. Facts, definitely facts. This award, particularly in a community theater that has so many incredibly talented people. Just watching the performers on stage tonight, sort of wrapping up with Sean, what a cap to a season. This individual I met during Sweeney Todd. She was in our ensemble, had never seen her, very quiet, very unassuming, and she opens her mouth and I melt because it is pure, pure beauty. I had the benefit of directing her in 3 productions this year and to perform with her in a couple of others. I performed with her in Songs for a New World, Hamilton's. I suckered her into A Christmas Carol. Every flavor I had to get her. And she was such a joy to work with. I worked with her in Miss Evers. I was saving that for last. I worked with her in Miss Evers' voice, which might give it away. Shamisha Coplin. She works so hard every time she walks in, from her auditions, which is the most important thing, whether you know that or not. From the auditions, through the rehearsal process, her dedication to what she does, the way that she responds to a director, to a musical director, to a choreographer, the attention that she gives, and the work that she puts in. She is very deserving of Performer of the Year, and it's my pleasure to present that to her at some other. But a round of applause for Shamisha.
Well, folks,
here we are.
That about wraps it up. However, New Bern Civic Theater still has a stellar season ahead of it. We've already kicked it off with Baskerville in January.
And coming up in February, we have For Colored Girls, directed by Keith Davis.
And again, please, 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 none of this is possible without the volunteers like you that make this happen. On stage, backstage, all the rehearsals, making sure things work together. Like parents, getting your kids here. Lord have mercy. Thank you. Special thank you for me, Aladdin Junior parents. Like, Lord have mercy.
And so to celebrate all of our volunteers, tonight we will have a reception at the O Marks building. It's just down the way, you'll just follow the crowd there. And all of our refreshments will be courtesy of Bengal Hospitality and Baker's Kitchen. So everyone, thank you so much. We'll see you through the rest of 2020.